Hi, this is Mary Ann Hughes of Special Family Transitions, and today I have Joe Tate with me from University of Texas at Austin, and he's going to tell us about the E4Texas program.
Yeah, hi, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. E4Texas is a vocational training program on the campus of UT Austin. Our students live on UT campus, they go to school on UT campus. It's a vocational training program. That means we have employment outcomes tied to our curriculum. Currently, we train students to do 3 jobs. We do child care, so working in any early childhood education program. We have a partnership with the Priscilla Pond Flawn Child and Family Learning Laboratory. It's a really cool partnership. Our students get to audit classes, work in a lab with other teachers, and they learn a lot through that program, early childhood education. We also have a personal care attendant track, so our students work alongside people with disabilities in their own home and supporting people with their activities of daily living. It's a really cool program, really cool symbiotic situation and employment situation for our students. And then the other track is teaching assistant or paraprofessional. It's the same training that any paraprofessional working in a special education classroom would need to take to be certified to work in that classroom. Our students have internships, both paid and unpaid, across Austin. We're really plugged into the community. We touch on independent living skills, work readiness skills, healthy relationships. We do person-centered practices. We certify them in a whole host of different things to make sure that they have as many tools in their toolbox to be as employable as possible. But we're on our 4th year. We're still chugging through COVID. We're all in person. We have been through the majority of COVID. We've fought to do as much as we can in person, and we've had students living on campus throughout the pandemic and have managed to support them. We offer wraparound supports. That's a little how our program is maybe different than other typical college programs. We offer wraparound supports and modified curriculum for our students.
Okay, great. So one of the candidates could be somebody with some neurodiverse concerns who maybe isn't quite ready for college, and would this be a good transition type program?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have students that may or may not identify as people with disabilities, but they do know that they need some extra supports to be successful, either living independently or pursuing a post-secondary opportunity. But yeah, we have a lot of students that would identify as being on the autism spectrum. We have students with Down syndrome. We have students with mental health needs. It really just runs the gambit, and we're there to support you. If you feel like you need extra support, we're going to find a way to make it work for you.
Okay, great. And most of your candidates arrive out of high school, or have they done other things as well?
Well, yes, most of our students will have come either right out of those 18+ programs, so right around that early 20s age. But I say I accept students from 18 to 118, so I do have those occasional students that are in their early and mid-30s that have worked before, but they come and those are always really successful students, the ones that have had some experience working. So we're really open to anyone that wants to try college.
Okay, and how long is the program?
We're a 3-semester program, so they come for the summer. It's 4 weeks. That's really our time to assess their independent living skills, their team building, do a lot of team building activities, how they work in teams, how they communicate. They go to the Capitol and testify on a current bill that's in the legislative session. They do a group project on a key figure in the disability history movement. So it's a lot of fun. And then in the fall is when they get their curriculum around their vocational training, really heavy on courses. They're auditing a course at UT and taking E4Texas courses. And then in the spring is where the rubber meets the road, and that's when students are really out there hustling and looking for jobs. They have to work 135 hours. And how our program is a little different is we don't have any agreements with agencies that say we will employ your students. So that means our students really have to get out there and get hired based on their own skills and merits and show that they have value for that company that they're looking to get hired with.
So most go straight into a work environment, or do some go back to school, maybe a different type of school setting?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of our students are encouraged to go on and do the next step, whether it's continuing employment at home, whether it's looking for your own home, your own apartment, or place to live with a roommate, or on your own and continue employment, or to go on and continue your education. So we have some students that hop in and continue, at ACC and pursue like a CNA track. So it's really wherever the students are and wherever the families are, but we hope that wherever they do, that they're moving forward in life.
Okay, great. And can you talk a little bit about the independent living component and how you support that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our students get one-on-one supports from a social work intern that checks in with them once a week. We're also there on the ground providing supports, 9 to 5, and then we have mentor hours in the evening from 6 to 8. Those mentor hours are not mandatory, but we find that students do attend them. They're working on, whether it's paying bills, it's checking up with employers about a paycheck. It is exercising. Maybe they want to go to the gym and exercise. Maybe they're working on homework. Maybe they have some free time and they want to go do something fun. So we provide that wraparound support to engage students in a person-centered approach, to meet them where they are and what they want to do. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, a big part of E4 is just coming and feeling supported and being successful to live independently for the first time. So we'll do mediations if you're having roommate issues. We'll come and we teach some basic cooking. We'll come in, we do cleaning in the apartment. We can set up cleaning schedules, those types of things. So really it's just wherever the students are, what do they need to be more successful, and making sure to do a person-centered approach. What do you want to get out of the program, and meeting the students where they are.
Great. So currently they're in a dorm situation, so they don't actually have to cook for themselves unless they want to, right?
Correct. Yeah. At Dobie, they live currently at Dobie 2021, and they only have a microwave in their dorm, so we have to be a little creative about cooking. But we still think cooking is important, and if you're going to be a personal care attendant, you've got to have some basic cooking skills. But you're correct. Yeah.
Okay, great. Is there an academic side that they need to have a certain level of ability to be able to do well at?
Yeah, I mean, we're really looking for students that are able to independently access technology. They can get some supports to make sure that they can log on to the learning platform, but we want them to understand that, how to check their email, how to log on to an online learning platform, how to be able to just have the patience to sit through a 2-hour course. Those are how long our courses last. But we are willing, that's how E4 is a little different. We're willing to modify what we're teaching so that all of our students are learning together. But there is academic rigor, there's quizzes, there's tests, students are auditing courses. It is an audit, so students set out expectations for the course before they begin, and we hold them to those expectations. Maybe they want to do 1 out of the 3 tests. Maybe they want to do 1 of the major assignments. But they will be at class. That's one goal that we have for all of them, that they're going to be at all their audit classes. But yes, we modify content, we accommodate our students, and our students are successful. We've only lost 2 students in our 4 years. We've only lost 2.
Okay, great. And then E4Texas, can you tell us what it stands for?
I can. It stands for Educate, Empower, Employ, and Excel. Go out there and do more.
Okay, great. And so how would somebody apply for your program?
It's online. You can Google E4Texas UT. It should pop up. It's all online. Students will need to complete an online application. They'll need to provide references. They need to do a short essay. Don't stress too much about the essay. If it's the student, you can just record them and upload that as a video if that works best. Accommodate your students. Modify. It's okay. And they need to provide a resume.
Okay, great. And you have a website that they can also refer to?
Yeah. Let me see. I have it right here on my card. If I can pull that out, I can know. It's disabilitystudies.utexas.edu/E4Texas. And everything's on there. Once you complete the application, we'll reach out to you. We do initial interview, and that's our time to figure out whether it's going to be a good fit. If you're accepted into the program, we require all of our students to come in for a more intensive interview. We call it a wraparound interview. And then you're ready to rock and roll.
Okay, great. And is there a cost associated with the program?
There is. Our costs mirror pretty closely to what a typical semester might cost for a student at UT. Most of our students have their funding covered through the Texas Workforce Commission. So make sure your student is connected to TWC, or also known as TWS, Texas Workforce Solutions, formerly DARS, for y'all that have been around for a while. But our students get their room and board covered through through TWC, and they get their tuition and other expenses, like if they need help getting a computer or accessing technology. TWC has been really helpful. Other than that, it's private pay. We are working to find more traditional avenues for payment.
Okay, great. And then you said they can also audit University of Texas classes at the same time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're actually required to audit a course in the fall and spring semester. Those courses are really anything under the sun, and it basically depends on which professors are willing to allow students to audit their classes during that semester, but it does align with the types of vocational trainings they're doing. So it might be with the College of Education, learning more about special education. It might be with the School of Social Work, those types of things. So it aligns with the curriculum they're getting at E4.
Okay. Is there any way to combine this program along with a degree program?
You know, I haven't ever been asked that, but I would encourage my students to go on and do as much advanced college and post-secondary programming as they can. Again, I think a lot of our students have that momentum and energy. They feel maybe more successful than they may have ever been in their life, and they're like, I can do this. So we do see a handful of students that go ahead and are degree seeking afterwards.
Okay, great. But during the program, it's
there's too much. Yeah, there's too much.
Yeah.
They're in class Monday through Friday, and then in the spring they have to work. They have to be in class, audit a class, and work about 12 hours a week. So it's a
full-time.
Yeah, it's pretty full-time. It basically works out to about 20 hours of coursework every week, and then there's homework and there's all that other stuff going on.
Okay, what about weekends and evenings?
Weekends are on their own. Students can do whatever they like on the weekends. We do have some structured activities pretty much every weekend that we'll offer to students. Same way with the evenings. We have some students that really want to continue to be engaged in the evenings, and we have other students that just need that quiet time. They don't want that extra, one-on-one support. So yeah, that's why during the evening times from 6 to 8, Monday through Friday, we'll have staff available to support students, but it's not mandatory.
Okay, and the living situation, is it independent or do they have roommates?
That will be up to the student and the family, but typically they have roommates, and it could be an E4Texas roommate, it could be a typically developing UT student. It seems like those actually relationships work sometimes better.
Okay.
And then we have students that may choose to have their own private suite. It's really up to the family and their budget.
Okay, wonderful. And then how many people are in each cohort usually?
We are growing right now. We have a smaller group. We've kind of struggled to meet our numbers due to COVID, but 15 would probably be the ideal number. I think we can work up to 20, but right now we're looking at accepting 15 for this oncoming cohort, 15 to 20.
Okay, great. So which people apply by which month?
We have our application is up a little bit longer this year, but typically we try to close it the first week of April. I think we're leaving it up to April 15th this year, but we let it close it in the first week of April, send out application or acceptance letters by mid-April, and then we're scheduling those wraparounds for May and June, and then school starts right in July.
Okay, so it's a pretty quick turnaround.
It's pretty quick, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I know we've got the few months there till we'll get this out, and then this will be going on year after year. So
it's every year we're bringing another group of students, and they have to pass each semester to move on. So we can't do we're not offering standalone semesters.
I see. So you start in the summer, do a fall, spring, and then you complete.
Graduate the first Saturday of May.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add about the program?
Oh man, that's a tough question. Come and join us. Check us out. We're happy to have you come and tour and come take a tour of Dobie. Students love to see that. Honestly, that's what gets them most excited, to see where they might be living. But we're open books. So you can come in. You can give me a call. You can email us, and you can come and visit our program. You can come. We have an open house, I'll say, every year in October. That's held typically at Dobie, so you can come and join us. Look on our website for that.
I see on the website you've got videos about the program, information. I've seen the graduations from the past are on there too, so that's a great thing to take a look at and see if this program is right for you. So thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.